Welcome to Open Whispers channel. Kindly remember to subscribe, hit the like button, leave your comments in the comment section. But most importantly, remember to click on the bell sign. This will enable you to get notification whenever we upload a video. Remember that when the secret whispers of a people turn to open whispers, the tyrant knows that his time is up. And on the other hand, when the uninitiated throw sand at the masquerade, you know that the masquerade has overstayed in the arena. Welcome to Open Whispers Arena. Today, as the clock ticks, and the governor of ANAMBRA State, WILLY Obiano, winds down his administration to finally hand over to the governor-elect, Professor Charles on the 17th of this month. I wanted to break tradition, and instead of talking about his achievements, I was going to talk about things he should have done. Things he will look back and say, if I had done this, Anambra State would have been better. Suddenly, I stumbled upon this article that talks about how he met with the old players of Rangers International Football Club of Enugu. For some of you outside the country that don't know, first of all, they talked about how he has been supporting them morally, financially, and to weather the storm, because Nigeria is a place where heroes are easily forgotten and villains are celebrated. People who labor for government or who work for government for 35 years are retired. Their own pensions, easily forgotten and left to die to their own fate. Why those people who steal money from government coffers are celebrated, giving chieftaincy titles, giving the police, the army for their protection. But when I read that WILLY Obiano came together with the likes of Christian Chukwu, Emmanuel Okala, and the host of them that played for Enugu Rangers in the early 70s, immediately after the Civil War, my heart broke. And I read that this is a man. It's not as if he doesn't support the struggle for Biafra, but he believes that Biafra is the thing of the mind. And it reminded me of what Esiabai Robi wrote in his play, Mukede, that Biafra is like a string of music, forgotten in the memory of a madman. We all believe in Biafra, but we also believe more in one Nigeria, because when you remember the horrors of war, it's something you don't want to happen again. And we also believe that together we can achieve greater things. The failure of Nigeria as a country is bad leadership. And when you come to Southeast, bad leadership has ruined not just the economy, taken away the future from the youth. You cannot create a future when you are held down by the past. The leaders of Southeast have failed the people. The Nigerian Civil War ended many years ago, but bad leadership has hampered the southeast of Nigeria from growing. That is why when people like Nnamdi Kanu protest and crave for Biafra, we say that agitation would have started in Abia State, where he hails from, where successive governments have failed the people. Abia State could be said to be one of the most backward states in the southeast, corruption-ridden states from successive governments. And that's why, again, when achieving governors like Wike of Rivers State went down to Abia State and started praising the present governor of the state, we frowned and said, Wike, you are not talking with double tongues. But that's the story of a different... Politicians in Nigeria, they can never be relied upon. They are a different thing during the day and a different thing during the night. But back to Willie Obiano. So that's why I changed course and said, instead of talking about that, let me talk about 2017, when he got into it with the governor of Imo State, Rochas, OKOROCHA. Because why I linked the two was, I remember when Rochas came on board as a very populist governor. He first of all played on the sentiments of the southeastern people by celebrating Biafran soldiers, naming one popular square in Imo State as Freedom Square, and everybody thought he was on the right path. Not just declaring Biafra, nobody was talking about that, but at least remembering those who died during that war. A war that more than 2 million people died until date. No part of the world has mentioned that, even in the passing, that genocide occurred in the southeast of Nigeria. And it's because of the failure of the leaders from the southeast that promoted the likes of Nnamdi Kanu. This is why when he speaks, or when he spoke then, people believed in them, because the leaders did not do what they were supposed to do. So when Rochas came on board in Imo State, people believed in him. He declared free and compulsory education, 5-lane roads, and all sorts of bogus projects that he got into. But so when Willie Obiano started doing this for Rangers, Rangers International Football Club came on board immediately after the Civil War. Because if you know, no matter how divisive a country is, no matter how divided, sports is one thing that unites a people across the world. Sports in Nigeria is like religion. It brings people of diverse interest, tribes, religion, bring them together to promote the flag of that country, especially the flag of Nigeria. So when Rangers came on board, it became a religion of the Southeast. It characterized hope, resilience, the future. It brought all the people of Southeast together. In those days, when Rangers played a game, people came together, even borrowing money, to watch them in the stadium. That's why people like Christian Chukwu, Emmanuel Akala became the heroes of the people. So when Willie Obiano recently decided to meet with them in his country home Aguleri in Anambra State, and I read that he's been doing this since he came into office, showing once again that he believed that Biafra, because these people represented the hope of the people through sports. So he showed once again what he believed in, that Biafra is the thing of the mind. That you have to, first of all, regenerate your mind before you can talk about the future. You can't live in the future when you are held back by your past. So this is why today I am dedicating this shooting to the spat between Obiano and Rochas OKOROCHA of Imo State in 2017, when Rochas came on board and was claiming, what started that fight? Was claiming that 3 Southeast governors of Nigeria will soon decamp to the ruling party, APC. Then, in agitation, Willie Obiano of Anambra State fired back and said that Rochas was not speaking as a true statesman, that he was speaking like a motorbike tout for using those languages. And they got into it, and Rochas was saying that Willie Obiano met Anambra and is living it the way it is, that he has not done anything, and he cited he has not built a government house. And to me, I said, is building a government house an achievement? And they went into a tirade of naming their accomplishments. But for want of time, I'll just say one thing. Willie Obiano told Rochas that his hype of free and compulsory education in Imo State was only a fluke, because pensioners were being owed, and some of them died without receiving their entitlements. But on the other hand, Willie Obiano, since inception in office, paid workers their salary consistently, cleared backlog of salaries owed to people that work for Water Board. I didn't know that they were even owed, because his predecessor, Peter Obi, has always been called Mr. Integrity. So when I learned that there were backlog of salaries, old civil servants in Anambra State, I said, wow, I didn't know that was possible. So if you go by this one thing, that Rochas OKOROCHA owed pensioners and was actually blackmailing them to accept 60% of their entitlements, while on the other hand, WILLY not consistently pay these people, carry them along, and make sure they enjoy the sweat of their labor. And if you talk about legacies, one of the lasting legacies WILLY will leave, not just to the Anambra people, but to the entire nation, especially southeast of Nigeria, is his successor, Professor Charles Soludo. A man of proven integrity, a man with capacity. Rochas, on the other hand, tried to install his son-in-law with a questionable capacity. The only record he had was that he was Rochas' son-in-law. So when you go about these two things, who do you think you will say is a hero of the people concerning these two governors? Rochas X, by the 18th of this month, Akoko, the governor of Anambra State, will be our next governor. The only thing I frown at, though, is that he has said that a wife will be running to go to the Senate. And I said, why not bow out as a hero? You have built an international airport, standard one, that cannot compete with the Simon Bakwe Airport in Imo State. And when you did that, it's not the International Convention Center you built. That's nothing, because that's not an achievement to me. Because what will it give the people? But the airport you build, not only will it provide jobs for the people, it will also make it possible for the trader in Onitsha market, the spare parts dealer in Nnewi, to import their goods and fly directly to Anambra instead of going through Enugu, Lagos or Port Harcourt or the other neighboring airports. That is a huge feat you've accomplished. That defeats anything Rochas has to say about Simon Bakwe International Airport, where he said he created a phantom airline of Oriental Airline that came to nothing immediately he left office. So when I look at these two things, I said, and I still say, WILLY Obiano, your sins are forgiven, because I think you have other things that you didn't do well, which I'll tackle on a different day. But now, when you wear these two governors, the ex-governor and the soon-to-be ex-governor, what will you have to say? Who will you call a hero of the people? Is it the person who owed pensioners their entitlements, never paid workers, or the one who consistently paid workers and made sure retired people got their dues and their entitlements when and at the right time? Who is a hero among these two people? This is Chris Diggers in Open Whispers. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, share your comments in the comment section. Most importantly, remember to click the bell sign so that you get notified when we upload a video. Be well, do good work, and please do keep in touch. Thank you.